Hi viewers, my name is Luhya Nation, a presenter at Black Mamba TV, and today we are privileged to present to you a podcast which is believed to be a digital episode that mainly is used to view the people's concern, is used to educate, it's used for entertainment, and today we are privileged to have a team with us that is going to share about the national mass demonstrations of the youth, popularly known as the GenZs. These are youths between the age of 18 and around 25, and majorly in the country, they're the people who have been mostly active on the demonstrations. And today, I want our members to air out their views on this. And through the podcast, we believe that it will be a way of creating connections. It will be also a way of creating awareness. And at one point or another, I know that our able viewers will be able to listen or to view this podcast at their own convenient times in order to analyze the information obtained from the present crew. So with due honor, I would love to introduce the members who are going to discuss on the topic today. As I said earlier, I'm Luhya Nation.
I'm John Alan Wambia, aka John Alan. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching. I'm Wycliffe Nyota.
Okay, hello viewers. I go by the name Dennis, and I'm so happy joining this podcast. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Evans Marani, a co-host on this show. Today we'll be looking at the national youth protest of a group of young people, popularly known as the GenZs. There's been a massive nationwide protest. The youth are protesting against police issues such as police brutality, economic hardships, and governance issues. Now, here with me is a team of members who are going to who are going to dissect this issue that is now bedeviling the country with a massive uproar and dissatisfaction from our youngest members of the population. I want to pose a question. What role should the Gen Zs play in shaping national policies and governance? I want to pick our minds on that. What is the role of the youth? What should the youth play in shaping national policies and governance? Yes.
Okay. I can say, as the youth, they are very important sector that helps to build the nation today. This is because the youth are people who are growing with technology, and according to the government today, there are people who use the past technology. So the youth can be important to us by maybe generating information that they can be very sure that through this information, it can help the government grow together. In that, conjoining the youth, the knowledge of the youth, and also using the knowledge of our elders, who with due respect, I can say our elders were born at the analog era. So maybe using the analog era and the digital era from the youths who are the Gen Zs to raise maybe the country's level of development through technology. That is how I believe the Gen Zs can help the government today.
Thank you. Are the youth justified in using protests as to express their dissatisfaction with various issues in the country? Is the nationwide protest justified?
Okay, I can say this. It is by the Constitution, and as we are really going by the Constitution, it is our right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other person with differing views or in support?
Just in addition, Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution has given us the right to demonstrate, picket, but you have to picket, demonstrate in the right way. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe to add on the same, youth represent the future of a country.
Yes.
So if the future of the country is not actively involved in leadership and in development or in agitation for the right procedures for things to be done in the country, then we won't have a future. I have children. I have 3 kids, and they actually fall in the bracket of the Gen Z. My firstborn is 22 years old, and I have my secondborn is 19, and I have a thirdborn who is 18 years. We engage with them. I just discovered one thing, especially when it relates to technology. They beat me by far.
Yes.
Yet, one person in the community who is seen as the pioneer people of the computer generation.
What? Right.
Yes, but when it comes to handling a laptop and handling a phone, my kids beat me.
They beat you hands down.
Yes, and they have a very active mind.
Yes.
And because of that active mind, it has to be put in the progress, because they will be very helpful in the future.
Yes.
But we who are older, the biggest challenge we have is that we have tried many times to go some direction in life, and we found it hard to penetrate through. These young people believe in making it. So the older generation would try to slow their pace, but slowing their pace is very destructive. That's why they begin agitating.
Right.
So that agitation, they have a right to agitate because they represent the future, and the future is coming so fast.
Yes.
So if we bar them from doing so, then we are also destroying the future. They have a right to do so.
Thank you. And this day marks a 35th anniversary of the famous Sabasaba protest, Sabasaba revolution, a democratic process that was birthed by the pioneers, the fighters for the Kenya's second liberation. This is a day that was also highly hyped across our social media spaces, that the famous movement of the GenZ also staged a nationwide protest. They have a range of grievances, a range of issues that is really their pain points. Part of the reason they are citing is police brutality, economic hardships, and general bad governance, ranging from wanton corruption and failing national institutions and systems. Could we just talk about the justification basing on those factors they allege that is really their major pain points? They are citing police brutality, economic hardships, and bad governance. Do they have tangible reasons for their dissatisfactions?
Yeah, actually, it's having reasons. And first of all, it's actually amplifying our voices, because it really seems the government is not listening to whatsoever the youth wants, and whatsoever the let me say, as a country, we want. Okay, simply because, on the fact about the police brutality. Okay, the police, they are just brutal. So many youths have really died in the hands of police. No one is taking action. The government is no longer taking action. So we as youth have really emerged. We want justice. Thank you.
From the beginning, the youth have been told that they are the future leaders. And that future leaders, I don't know when will be that future. Because what we are waiting is not coming. Our leaders are always corrupt. Whatever we do, they take our money, and we are the people who will be there tomorrow. What do we do? If we can't demonstrate, because that's the only language they understand. My people, this country there will be no tomorrow for this country. So the youth are justified in doing whatever they can because they have no resources. And these people, they are using their resources to manipulate the youth. So the only resource we have is to air our voices. Our voices are not being heard. So what do? We use the only means we can, and that is picketing and demonstrating.
So there is sufficient evidence that diplomacy has failed. Then that's why
Exactly.
the youth have resorted to pursuing the alternative.
They have no voice.
Yes.
Because they've been fighting, but they have no voice.
Yes.
So what do? We use the only voice we have, and that is demonstration.
Taking to the roads.
Yeah.
I have a relative, well, I agree with the member on the floor, but I have a different approach from my observation because I deal with them from my own house.
Yes.
Youth think very fast. Youth have solutions to issues very fast. Some of these solutions are just theoretical.
Yes.
They are not even practical.
So
but because they believe this is the solution,
yes,
they will push. They are very impatient.
They want to impose it.
Yes, and they do not know how to sit down with those who have been in the system and convince them that this, we believe, is the way. Can you give us an opportunity?
Yes.
What they see, any little resistance by those in the system,
yes,
means they are being denied.
Yes.
But because they are impatient,
yes,
and they have never learned the art of being convincing,
yes,
they use vulgar language, abusive language, they overreact.
Yes.
So when you overreact and you are on the streets, you are overreacting, there is somebody who must react and calm you.
Yes.
So in the process of reacting and overreacting and calming it down, conflict emerges and confrontation comes up and violence gets. So the problem with the youth, yes, is that yes, they have a cause, yes, they have the mind, yes, they are able, but they are using the wrong way.
Yes.
Because, okay, fine, when you go and start fighting them, the police who are supposed to protect property and protect life, you are fighting them, you are engaging them, then it means you have gone away from the objective. The objective was to communicate to the government. You are not communicating. You have become violent. You have become a risk on the streets against people's lives and property.
Would you say that, let me just hold you on that, would you say that now the police, there's a justification for the excessive force that has been meted upon the GenZs on the streets?
Okay, to some level, yes. There are some levels where police have gone overboard. Yes. That one I agree. Police have gone overboard. But the problem we are also having in Kenya is this: the yes, police have a problem. You will realize or maybe you will agree with me that there has been a serious or a period where mental health in Kenya is a problem. The police are even killing one another. Yes. They cannot even sustain relationships.
Yes.
They cannot live well with their wives. Yes. Some of them are killing themselves and killing. So this is somebody who is sick, yes, mentally, yes, and goes to meet a rioting youth.
Yes.
So every action provokes a reaction.
It is a trigger for
yes,
for other serious underlying issues.
For other serious underlying issues.
Yes.
So we have a society that is sick. Yes. Both the police are sick, the youth are sick and impatient. Yes. So that reaction, yes, is what is bringing violence. Yes. And that's what we are saying no to.
Yes.
But if we understood that, we will know the best procedure to handle these things. Yes. But the youth have a right to agitate.
Yes.
But the ways they are using is what we say and are advising them not to.
It should be reconsidered.
Yes.
But from the discussion from my brother here, he's saying that there is a rot.
Yes.
Which means the government has failed.
Yes.
Because the government is there to direct us. The government is there to give us the remedy. But from the way he's speaking, the government has failed. The government has also failed to groom this youth. Yes. That is why they are using such a force.
Yes. Thank you. The service from my
okay, I can say, as we said earlier, the government, these are leaders who have been brought up in the past era, not the digital era as now. Most of them, we have been brought up in an era whereby things go step by step. It's not like the youth, they will learn something today and already tomorrow they'll have developed it. So I can say, as much as there is the incidents of police brutality, I can say it is due to how the youth approach the issue. I can say the youth are in a good position to collect themselves, because I think they have groups to collect themselves and maybe say we want a leader, and also ask the government, because the youth are like the children to this government. So as a child, you ask your father or your mother and tell your father, I have something, I feel like we have to sit down and talk. So it is good that these youth find leaders from themselves or within themselves. Then by through these leaders, they're supposed to air out their grievances to the government. Then allocate a time that maybe request the government that on a certain date our leaders, our youth leaders, will come to air out some views on how we want this maybe our country to be run. And maybe after that time of giving the government the information and giving them a certain period to see if there'll be change or not, it is when they can decide whether to go on the demonstrations or not. So maybe it can be guaranteed that they're allowed to go on the demonstrations if the government has been clearly communicated to that this is what we want as youth and this is what we want to be developed in our country, but we are not seeing the real change that we asked you to do. Now the problem with them is that they're on the streets, yes. They go as far as destroying property that the citizens have paid taxes for, increasing the cost of life, because the taxes will be raised to repair what is being broken. Now these youth become too uncontrollable, like they push the police too hard, in that there are instances whereby you find a youth, he or she does not want to surrender to the police, or he or she wants to show the police that he has more power and like him. So by triggering the police in that way, you find that they arouse the police brutality, and maybe you find that through such a way, now it is now a ground, it has created a battleground whereby now the police has to bring up his powers, and the youth has to show maybe his or her tactics. Yeah, it becomes like a competition, making it now to bring deaths, to make the country to pour blood. But it is just because of failing to understand what exactly do the youth want from the present government, and this is due to unclear communications. That is what I can say.
Thank you.
Okay, according to me, I really can't say the government is not aware of what we want. The government is aware of what we want. And we as the youth, we even don't want to have leaders. Because as we know, our leaders, as long as our leaders are known, at first of all, they will be killed. So we don't want leaders. So it is the reason as to why the youth are now leaderless. And again, on the matters police, the police, okay, I really can't say the police are so much brutal on us, but we blame the government, the national government, because it is the national government who provide orders. Because I actually read an article some days back where I really can't mention the person, but now it was said that the orders are coming from above. So like, I really don't know which above is it. Yeah.
Yeah, the only above we know is the Constitution.
Yeah.
When you say the orders are coming from above, they must be coming from the Constitution.
Yeah, yes.
But we don't know which above they are talking about.
Which above?
And also this police, in fact, I think the way they were trained, we must have some changes, because they were trained to serve their masters.
Yeah.
And they forget that we are the masters, not the leaders. Leaders are there because we have elected them to represent us. Not we have elected them to direct what to do. They are there to serve their master, and we are the masters. If orders are coming above, they should come from the masters, which are the mwananchi, the electorate, the common mwananchi.
Okay, you've talked about the police serving their masters, and the masters are the common mwananchi. Let me compare this to a human being and a donkey. A donkey is destined to serve a human being, but when you push it too hard to the wall that it can't breathe, it will give you a feedback, right? So I believe that as much as the youth are expecting to be served by those who are in power, yes, but they should also give a breathing space to the government, or they should also give a breathing space to the people in power, so that what is supposed to be right should be done the right way, and not push them too hard to the wall in that they cannot breathe. Now they are forced to hit back, and when they hit back, now it brings damage, it brings unrest, it brings there is lack of peace, because now they don't have anything else to do.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, just very briefly on the same thing. My brother has said that that they cannot come up with leaders because leaders will be killed.
Yeah.
You know, that is a theory. This is not. This is a fear of unknown. Anytime if you are agitating for any kind of change, yes, any cause, you become a leader. And if you fear to face the consequences of your agitation, then you are not ready for change. You just want to create a problem. When you create a problem, because what we are asking the youth is this: whom do you want? I've seen youth say one term, okay, fine. Whom do you have as the option when the president when our president leaves? Which option do you have? How have you tested that option? How sure are you that that option will deliver? We are seeing a team of people who are impatient, who are violent, who are expressing their frustrations, but in a wrong way. And they are not able to eloquently deliver their statement. Because I've tried to ask, the first agitation was unga. Unga is up. Unga is down. Fuel is down right now. When you see many things, housing program is coming up. People are getting into houses. Dollar is down. Those are some of the major things that began this move on the streets. So it means the government has had. The government is putting things down. We had a problem. So the problem we are facing is there is no communication, direct, clear communication between the youth. And I'm seeing people who have a reason, who have energy to agitate, but they are impatient. And I've also seen some youth who are using that as a platform to gain likes on social media. Because if you are liked, if you are trending, you are vocal, yes, then you gain some money, yes, or you attract some funding from somewhere. Yes. So youth are not genuinely on the streets. They are looking for survival. Yes. And that is why they are violent.
But let me differ with you. We are not here to have unga cost down. What we want is the enabling environment whereby I can be able to afford that unga. Even if it's high, I should be able to afford that unga. Another question, you have said that there are houses out there. What is the cost of that house? Those houses that are being built by the government. And where are they? Is there any youth who can afford that house? Even if they are there, youth cannot afford that house. What we don't want leaders. We want people who can govern this country, whereby a youth from any part of the country can be able to build that house, can be able to buy that unga, can be able to do his own whatever without the help of the government. The only work the government is there to do is to give us the enabling environment, yeah, so that we can maneuver easily. When the unga is high, I should be able to buy that unga.
Let me respond to that kindly. Okay, the government is required to give, maybe to provide an environment for the youth to be able to buy unga for themselves. But our president has, I think he has tried. And this country cannot be run by one person. We cannot expect everything from the president. We both are supposed to build our country. And how are we going to build our country? It is by waking up and convincing your mind that I have a duty to perform in my country, to raise my country higher. And how is this going to happen? It is by you engaging, becoming an employer, like create job for yourself. You can create a job for yourself, you can create a job for your neighbor, and through that way you can help to improve the country. It is not necessary that I have to wake up at 8 a.m., go to that office, rotate on that chair. That is how I'll be earning my income very well. No, we have shambas. We have projects that maybe through the technical institutions that our able president was able to come up with to equip the youth with techniques. Those techniques, you're supposed to make use of the work of your hands. So we as maybe I can advise the youth that kindly make use of the talents you have to create opportunities, because even you, when given a chance as a president, and maybe this person comes like, Mr. President, I want unga to be down. Mr. President, I want maybe this house to be affordable for me. The rates are too high. Mr. President, I want this. You cannot by one hand. So I can advise the youth that as much as we want the best for our country, let us hold hands together and work with the little we have. I know as a country we'll move together, but let us not destroy what our ancestors worked so hard to build our country. Maybe the scenes, the beautiful things, maybe the investors who are supposed to be here, you are making them to fear because of what we are doing. You are branding our country a different name from what our maybe the fighters worked so hard to beautify our country. So in general, let us just work together and don't choose any job. Do anything. As much as you know that it is adding to the economy, let us just work. Let us not depend on the president. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a question. Our forefathers, they fought for freedom, and that is the ideal that they desired. But the youth are claiming that it is no longer free even for you to speak up and express yourself. There are allegations that once they find that you are the voice of reason or for any change, then there's a very good chance that you'll face so many threats. So many threats will be oncoming. Our forefathers, they fought for freedom. So, but the youth are not assured of the freedom. That is one reason they are taking to the streets. If, it is no longer a free country. Yeah, they are remembering the Sabasaba Maandamano of 1990, in which the agitators were fighting for democracy and justice. What would you say about that?
Okay, let me respond to that.
It seemingly it is the same government that is washing down the gains that were achieved by the freedom fighters.
Okay, I can say the government is not. There is this belief that the government is doing what? Taking the youth. Maybe if you try to air your voice and maybe you're taken away to a place that is known, being adapted. That one, yeah. Now I can say just from the normal life. For instance, I'm a farmer, and one of my fruits is not doing well. It can easily make other fruits to go bad. Now, me as a farmer, I have to take care of the rest so that I should not go a loss of the rest. So I will wisely take that one fruit out of others, just separate it, and maybe I can still make use of this fruit that is going bad by again replanting it. Now I can say that the youth, as much as they're being adopted, taken away from others, maybe to a place they say it is secret, I can just say that just being rehabilitated, because at the end of the day, they come back alive, very safe, very healthy. So I cannot say that they are being taken away for bad reasons. This is a generation that I can say maybe did not see exactly how our forefathers fought for the country. So when you see that someone wants to destroy what was hardly earned, now I'll take you aside and tell you, this is how we got this. It was really hardly earned. So kindly let us maintain it. And the country has maintained, as much as they are away for some time, they come back to their people safe and sound.
Evans, you brought in a very important thing, and this one I must talk a little. It's a very important thing that you're doing. The issue of the abductions and the youth being that they have no freedom.
Yes.
You see, the Constitution from the Constitution, everybody under the freedoms of Kenyans.
Yes.
Everybody has the freedom, whichever freedom they want. But your freedom is limited to the freedom of the other person.
Yes.
You do not use your freedom to infringe on any other person's freedom.
Yes.
When you infringe on somebody else's freedom, that is a conflict. Once a conflict is set,
Yes.
then violence comes in. The problem with the youth is that they have a lot of information, but they don't know how to dispel this information. They get overly excited with the information they have, then they step on other people's freedom in the exercise of their own freedom. That is very wrong.
Yes.
Now, number two, fine. I hear you are agitating. You do not want to be frog-marched. You don't want to be abducted.
Yes.
Now, there's this reality that our youth do not want to agree. There is no power all over the world, even in the animal kingdom.
Yes.
There is no power without frustration of those people who are trying to infringe that power.
Yes.
You look at the termites.
Yes.
Go get the queen. It's not easy to reach the queen. And at the time there is somebody or there is a being or something coming against the queen or even the bees,
Yes.
they will bite, you will die.
Yes.
So it is the same kingdom in the world. If you want to agitate and make the world to see, or the government, no, not even the government, because we all are the government.
Yes.
The system in place
system, yes.
of governance to be, if you want to address them,
Yes.
what you do, there is a way that is in the Constitution.
Yes.
Walk, protest, picket, walk with a petition
Yes.
towards a given office.
Yes.
But you must explain or inform the police that on such and such a day, we have a petition to present to such and such an office, peaceably, without infringing other people's rights. When you go and you stand there, you will have your spokesman to speak on your behalf, read the petition, then present the petition. And when you present the petition, but when you become violent, when you are infringing on other people's rights, the government will come in. The police has to come and safeguard the other people. So it gets violent. That's what I'm telling the youth. You have a very good petition to present,
Yes.
but the mode of presentation is wrong, because for every reaction, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
That's where these learned fellows
Yes.
fail to remember.
Yes.
That's what's creating a crisis.
Let me take an example of a family. In a family, you have the father as the head, and let me take the father and the children. When your father is a night runner, then the same father is telling you that you can't be a night runner. What do I mean? What I mean is this. The government itself is the one infringing our rights. So there is no justification to say that as we infringe their right, let me say their right, because they are not our right, they say I'm doing it wrong. Another thing, my sister has already said that the government has given us, you don't want the government to give us the enabling environment whereby if you want to be, let me say, an entrepreneur, the government, their work is not to give me money, but to give me that enabling environment. Let me just take an example.
Yes.
A youth has 50,000.
Yes.
This youth wants to open a small retail shop. Before you open that small retail shop, you will be asked to do what? To have a business permit, which will cost around 4,000. The same government, it will want you to have a health permit. It will cost you another 3,000. The same government, maybe I'm doing whatever, let me say a retail shop. The same government will want me to have fire extinguisher. If you do that calculation, you'll find that half of the money has been already gone. The remaining half cannot start a business. Then the government is saying that you don't need to be employed, you have to be entrepreneur. How do I become an entrepreneur when the environment itself is not secure for me to be an entrepreneur? Another thing, our government, through education system, is always training managers. Who are these managers going to manage? If everybody is a manager, yeah, that's the system what is training us to become. They're not training us to become entrepreneurs. And if I become an entrepreneur, one, I'll employ 2-3 people. If you have 1,000 people being entrepreneurs, they will employ another 3,000 people. 4,000 will be employed. Yes. That's what we want. If they can't listen to us, we shall show them the way to listen to us.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, it's been said that youths, we do not have petitions. The petitions are very much clear. First of all, in Kenya, there are no jobs. The government is corrupt. As I'm speaking here, I'm a graduate. I went somewhere to look for a job, and I'm told like I need at least 100,000 I pay in such a way that I should receive a job. So in which manner do you people want us to speak about? Secondly, there are so much high tax in Kenya. Now, like for example, if you are a businessman and an entrepreneur, how really can you be buying a bread at 55 shillings in such a way that you can come and sell it at 60 shillings? Is that really logic? No. It's really, according to me, it's really not logic. And the way my sister said that the seed is actually separated so that it can be replanted. Okay, an example on that. A just recent example. Our colleague, may his soul rest in peace, Albert Ojwang. Yes, we can really say the colleague was, yes, he was taken aside and replanted. So the manner in which he was really killed in the police custody. Then, okay, so are you really meaning the other past week he was really planted? And okay, we are the GenZs, we are really waiting for the everything. Let me say for the germination to take place.
Thank you. It's getting interesting. What the GenZs are suggesting is that the government is not doing quarantine. It's not doing quarantine. It's the abduction. The results are proving fatal. And I want to, Sister Nancy, I want you to respond to this. We are in the era of technology. Information has grown exponentially, and the digital spaces provide an avenue where people can share information in a flick of a second. Has our social media spaces, such as the Twitter or the X, the TikTok, and WhatsApp, have they been agents of civic transformation? And what role will they play in advancing the causes of change and the causes that these Gen Zs believe in?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Evans. All I can say is that the social media platforms have created a medium whereby it is easy for the Gen Zs and those in power to be able to communicate, to be able to educate each other, or to be able to raise concerns. How? I can say just last year during the 25th June protests. Yes. After the protests, our able president took an initiative of maybe listening to the youth through the social platform known as the X. And through this platform, the youth were able to talk to the president, tell him maybe this is what we want, this is how we want the country to be run. But now the only thing I can say, as much as the platforms have been used to air out or maybe to pass information across, all we can ask from the youth is kindly just give us a little time. After airing your view, we are kindly requesting, just give us a little time to implement what you have requested from us. Because maybe if you tell me you need maybe something to be implemented, and I know that it needs, I need people on ground to give me the actual, maybe the actual amount that is needed, or the actual picture of what is being requested from the youth. And just when I'm planning of it, now again you rise up again, and maybe the amount I had set aside to start developing one by one of your requests, now again you are destroying things in the country. I now have to divert that money as a leader and make sure that what has been destroyed is being rectified on time, so that there is smooth running. The country should not stop. There should be a smooth and continuous running in our country, meaning that the request you're giving to the president now again will take a longer time, you see.
Yes.
So all I can request is the youth, please, the platforms have been allowed for you to air out your views, for you to educate the people in power, for you to tell them on how to go about it. Just do it the right way and give them time. That is all I can say.
Okay. I can really say this. As much as you are saying that we give you time. Okay, if a person tells you, give me time, it can be even 15 years. Whenever you remind him, the only solution is say, give me time. So like, we want the exact time the government wants to respond to our issues. For example, let's say if it's 3 hours, let's just the government be open and say, kindly give me 3 hours, 3 days, or a couple of months, and everything will be okay. We as the youths, we are seeing there's no reaction. There are really no reactions about our issues. So we are really seeing the best issues on the streets. Thank you.
Thank you. So there is no deliberate effort for change from the government.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I wanted to react on something you had talked about social media and its influence. And then the truth is that social media has liberated this country. Yes. That is the truth.
Yes.
Because even a class 1 child, I see even class 1 children, or they are called grade 1. I'm still in the old fashion. Grade 1 and the PP1, PP2 kids. I've seen them shout one term. You ask them one term what? One term Ruto. So you realize social media has a very serious impact.
Information flows like
yes.
Yeah.
Information flows. People can access the constitution on social media. They can access their freedoms on social media.
Yes.
The problem that we have is that there is also this AI.
Yes.
AI has come in, and people are using AI for propaganda.
Yes.
And these same youth are very creative because they understand social media. I've told you about my daughters and my son.
Yes.
They can work out with AI.
Yes.
They can come up with information that is not their propaganda. And by the time people realize this was just something, it was a propaganda, emotions have come up, people have agitated, reactions. Yes. That is the weakness.
Yes.
Because youth are not responsible when it comes to using of the social media. We have some who are very responsible, but there are many who are not responsible.
And very reckless.
They are, yes.
So higher freedoms come with higher responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
If you are saying that the youth are doing very well using AI and doing whatever they are doing on social media, then that is the right time the government should take them to the office, the highest office, so that they can help this government who are old-fashioned, because you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
You mean they are stuck in brick and mortar way of doing
Exactly.
things?
Just before the member, just before he exits the floor,
Yes.
through SHA,
Yes.
we have seen a rise in the membership of the health sector.
Yes.
Those who have subscribed to SHA,
Yes.
they have moved for NHF. They were about 7 million, but right now they're currently they're between 24 to 25 million who have registered. And through this technology, they have restrained those fellows who are stealing money through corruption. So I would want to say technology is good. So the government has embraced technology. You are aware that the president no longer relies on the major medias. to when he goes somewhere and he presents some development program he wants people to know, he has his online on social media. So you can access and say, if you are saying there are no housing, you will see him launching houses. You see him launching people getting beneficiaries are there. you see Kibera is changing. Kibera has been the largest slum in Africa right now, because houses are coming up. They are reducing slums, and those people who are in the slums are getting into these houses. They are working. This is something that is happening. It is on social media everywhere. If you want to challenge me, pick anything on social media, challenge me on that.
What I want to challenge you is about the SHA. We have said 24 million have done what? Have registered. Yes. How many are paying? The 24 million are paying, or they have just registered? When you do the research, out of the 24 million who have registered, all around 9 million are paying. Out of the money paid by this 9 million, the 3% who are in highest office are taking the money. So do we continue to register, pay the money, be eaten by some few fellows, or what do we do?
No, the member on the floor must confirm and produce evidence that there are those in the office who are doing so.
No, the people who are eating this money, they are people in the highest office. Not these youth who are on streets.
Okay, for me, in line with the discussion of SHA, I can say you can register for SHA, yes, but you don't pay for it. How do you expect the government to ensure that when visiting that health facility, you are the SHA is supposed to cater for everything? Maybe someone back in the village there, yes, registered for that SHA, because it has been said that we should, as a government, so that even when locating resources, they should know that at this place it's this population, this place it's this population. So we have to equally distribute resources. But now, when registering for this SHA, there is that monthly subscription you are supposed to pay. Some of the people have just registered, but they're not paying the subscription. How do you expect such a person maybe to have a bill of 10,000 and you have never paid for that SHA, but you'll be there complaining that I have registered for SHA and it has not paid my medical bills? There are some people who are just ignorant. You want to register it and you don't want to pay for it. You know, it is good when you pay for something, and when going to visit a health facility and you're not given the services, it's when you can complain. Another thing you've said that the youth their technology is coming up very fast, and you are suggesting that they should be incorporated in the government. The government I think is working with that. Is already and even before it was sworn into power, it is already working with that. For instance, MP Salasia is a youth. Or I'm lying? MP Salasia is a youth who is working with the GenZs. We have Lynette Toto. She's of that bracket, and he's working with the Gen. So we cannot just bring in everyone at once. We will have them in the government bit by bit. And maybe the youth can only complain when they look at the Kenyan parliament and say there is no Gen Z there. There are very many, kindly. So I can say the government is trying. And I'll repeat, let us give them time.
How much time? The government is trying.
Yes.
You have said that people have registered, that 24 million have registered, and they are not paying. Do you know the reason why they are not paying?
I don't.
Because registration is free, but payment is not free. How do you pay something that you don't have? We don't have that money to pay. That's the reason why we are not paying. Not that we have refused.
Even if it means
we have refused to pay the money.
We can plant. You can do some little farming.
We are ready to plant that sukuma, but we don't have land to plant that sukuma. Everybody cannot plant that sukuma. When all the folks have the land, the youth don't have land. So we can't go to the shamba to plant sukuma. We can't pay something that we don't have. We are waiting for the time when we'll have money, then we will pay. How do we get money? We will get money when the government will give us the enabling environment so that we can go down there, say that I have this 1,000 shillings, let me pay 500. Another thing, that share, we were told you can pay mdoko mdoko. Not that payment of mdoko mdoko, now when you go to pay, you are told pay a full year. If I can't pay 1 month, how will I pay a full year?
Member, thank you so much. But I think you are out of touch in this manner. Anytime you go to register or to enroll for SHA, they will ask you questions.
Yes.
It will be responded to. And out of it, it will analyze, the system analyzes your ability.
Yes.
And you, as you signed, you agree that yes, I'm able to raise 300 shillings per month, or 600 shillings per month, or even 20,000 per month, depending on your income, the information that you fed the system with. So once you do that, it is your responsibility to go as per what has been drawn out. That's where we miss it. Number two, people who are civil servants already. In fact, this is a help to the community, especially to the poor. In fact, the poor should really rejoice, because initially somebody who was working like the president with his earnings over $1 million plus used to pay 1,700 per month in NHIF. SHA right now reprimands him. The money is deducted 50,000 shillings per month. For the MP, it is 27,000 shillings. This is to help especially those at the lower class, because as they do that, that is 2.7 something percent of their income, and that 2.7% of your income may be even 150 shillings. Or if you have no income, then the government has stipulated there, and you will be treated free. It is there, it is said, but there are some people who are sabotaging the system. There are some people in the government, when change is happening, there are people who don't believe in change. So change it's a process for people to accept and to see the system working. Slowly by slowly, it is working. It will work, because there are people who don't believe that it will work. So they are being dealt with slowly by slowly over a period of time. Very soon, it will be working very well. In fact, unatoa pesa.
And I can also say, like, we Kenyans, let us have that spirit of reaping where we have sown. Let us not just be like, I want the government to the government, even if the government provides, it won't be enough until you reap. After reaping is when you'll be able to peacefully sow, and you will have a very convenient time in paying the SHA, in doing things the right way, but not just sitting back and saying we want the government to give us a suitable environment, we want the government to ensure that this SHA is doing this and doing this kindly. As our national anthem says, let us all wake up and toil on the soil so that we can raise that 1 or 2 shillings at least to build each, maybe yourself and your neighbor. That is what I can say.
I just want to challenge my two panelists. They have said that the time you are registering, they say you declare your income. Now I declare that I earn 3,000 in a month. They gave me 500 to pay in a month. My expenditure in a day is $2. Where will I get the 500 when I'm spending $2 and I'm earning less than $1? How will I pay that money?
You become creative. We become creative. That is why we also became creative from the NHIF thing, and we thought, like, for every Kenyan to benefit from this, let us come up with SHA, and in a way that these people in a higher rank should help those in a lower rank to be able to benefit from the SHA thing. So if you are earning 3,000 and you're supposed to pay 500, and now from your side you can see that this money cannot count to pay the SHA project, just be creative. Add something.
Well, I know member will feel frustrated with that. A little frustrated, but let us agree on this.
Yeah. Yes.
There is no change that is 100% right. Yes. Every change that is introduced, it has hitches. Yes. Because it has never been in process previously. So it has just been effected. It has also got its own challenges. So it will not be 100%, but at least 90%.
Yes.
So what we will do? So with this 10% that is not working, like you, who is not able to access medical because you earn 3,000 and in the,
I can't pay.
Yes. So a system sometimes has hitches. It can never be 100%. But you see, what we are doing here, what the government is doing is that let the majority be helped. Now, when challenges come, people will come, panelists sit down and how do we address these challenges? These challenges now will be addressed because we have grants. We have medical grants from friendly governments who are giving. Now, the government, we can request, or somebody can request the government that these medical grants that have come in, let them take care of this kind of challenges. That is how progress takes place. But we cannot assume that everything will be okay. Mamba haiwezi kuwa kunyooka tu mara moja hivi. It is not coffee. It's not an instant coffee. Yes. It will have hitches. So let the youth just be a little patient. Yes. But as you present you have a very genuine presentation, a very genuine reason. But if it is presented in the best way possible to convince the players in the government, they will consider it, not violently.
Okay, a question please, a question. Okay, the government really knows what we want. So are you just really waiting for you want us to we present it in good manner, in such a way that we should present, or okay, as far as we present in whichever manner you will take it, we don't know. But the main reason we have presented our issue. Okay, on the matters SHA, okay, for me, I really don't understand what was the problem with the NHIF, because you've never just come out openly and say NHIF was having this and this and this and this and this. So it is the reason as to why we transitioned to SHA. We just had SHA.
Can I answer him before to sahau hiyo?
Yeah.
Before to sahau hiyo. You remember a CEO, not long, a CEO who used to go from a CEO of NHIF who used to go to work on a chopper. He would hire a chopper, 200,000 shillings per month, per hour. Kwa sababu kuna jam. Using a chopper. You remember, it was on social media, it was on media. Yes, you remember of many hospitals that had mushroomed. Hospitals in the villages that had mushroomed, and they were, yes, they were surgery centers. People had been replaced, hips had been replaced, even to one person more than 3 times. And NHIF paid. That the NHIF system had been infringed by fraudsters. So much that it was even going to collapse. It was just a matter of time. It was going to collapse because people were doing serious mega corruption because using NHIF. So that's why NHIF had to go. There are some people who have not just been mentioned in the public because sometimes the government has what they call classified information for the safety of some people. There are people who have been involved in this very serious, and some of them are very powerful people in this country. So for the purpose of security and not allowing emotional handling of such people, it is not in the public domain. But if you want information, you go to some specific offices, you will get information. So NHIF was very bad. In fact, nashukuru Mungu NHIF ilikwenda bwana. Wacha tu ikwende.
The NHIF was bad. The same monkeys that were in NHIF, they have now been moved from NHIF to the SHA. So do you want to tell us that, is it the dress that was dirty or the person who was making the dress to be dirty?
The change that has happened is that any person, any patient who goes to any hospital is keyed in the system. If you are treated, it is keyed in the system. The system, it's not just within that premises. It is nationwide. So yes. So anytime you go in any other institution and your name, you present your ID, they key in your ID number, your names, the history, your history will come up. So that's how SHA is even benefiting. It's not like NHIF, you would go to Webuye District Hospital, be treated there, and when you go to referral Eldoret, you begin afresh. When you go to Webuye, you go back to Eldoret, your history, your medical history is brought on the system. So that one has helped reduce corruption kabisa.
And I can also say the NHIF idea, it mainly dealt, in the past times, it mainly dealt with the civil servants at a larger number. The civil servants were the ones maybe participating most. So you find that back in the villages, people are suffering because maybe someone is like, I don't think I can afford that because I'm not a civil servant, and maybe the funds won't be enough for me to pay the NHIF. But now coming up with the SHA thing, and after convincing the members, after visiting the health facilities and explaining to them of the importance of SHA, and giving them the confidence that this thing is meant for everybody, whether you're rich or if you are medium class or you are low, it is your right to have SHA. It is your right to receive treatment like any other person. So I can just say SHA is something that is ensuring that there is equality in the country, so that everybody can access health facilities on the same level.
Thank you, our protagonist from the government side. As the message for them, the message to you is that let us hold on a little longer. The night is almost gone and the day is coming on. The pain we are feeling now is just that which comes with the birthing process. Yes. Change is almost here. What another issue that we were handling that is a cause for the disgruntlement of the GenZ is police brutality. And do you think should there be changes in the police force? Should there be reforms in the police force? And if yes, what reforms are we looking at? What reforms are we anticipating for there to be sanity in the police force?
Okay, according to me, I would really advise for change, because there is no way I can be protesting peacefully, but now the police, they are come and they loop us, let me say, with the so-called tear gas, so we are beaten up, we are so, like, are you really saying everything should just be going on? I'm being looped with the tear gas and I'm just silent? No, I think there must be changes in the police service. Thank you.
For me, it doesn't matter, because Kenya, we are not short of good laws. Yes. We have the very best laws that we are using in Kenya. The only problem is that that law is not followed. And the problem starts from the head. If the head is not following the law, the police will not follow that law. They just do whatever they want. If you have been told that you are going there, your main purpose is to stop those people from reaching certain place, what do? You'll have to use force so that they can go. The police, they still have that mentality that they are still a force. Yes. And that force is being used by those people who are in power. Yes. So the people are not using the laws in the right way. Yes. What we need to do is just follow the law. Yes. And the law, we shall start following from the head. If the head will follow the law, these people will follow the law.
Well, thank you for that question. I want to agree with the member, with my member here. It is true that we have all the laws that we require. In fact, we have one of the best constitutions in the world currently. So if everything is followed to the letter, we will not have these problems. But one thing that we also must know, and after also viewing several demonstrations, this GenZ demonstration is not the first one in this country. We have professional GenZ, professional in demonstrations. The doctors have gone on the streets. Yes, teachers have gone on the streets. Why aren't their demonstrations violent? Why? Because we don't see.
What is the missing link between the two factions?
Yes, that's what we were trying to think through. If the GenZs are complaining that they are dying and things are bad, it means there is something that is in their system, in their demonstration, that is not in the other professional in the demonstrations. That's what's triggering a problem. And see, police are mandated to protect the life of Kenyans, to protect property, to protect, yes, that is their mandate. But you cannot protect a life before you protect yours.
Yes.
So if your life is at risk, you have been trained to use an arm, a firearm,
Yes.
to silence that person who was, because you must be alive to protect somebody else.
Yes.
Now that's where the problem is. So I have seen GenZs come to the police and come, niue, mimi, look, and he's doing like that. He's carrying
A stone.
a stone in the, what does that mean? You are provoking. And I will continue saying, insist on this.
Yes.
Every action meets a force, a reactive force equal to the force, to the action of the action. So that's where the problem is. Actually, GenZs are good, but they do not know how to do it. That's where the problem. I don't see things that are supposed to be done. Kurekebisha, apana, we have the laws.
The laws are there.
But let the GenZs learn to learn the art of communication.
Art of communication.
Yes.
Yes, I read from somewhere that when you want to see systems that are functioning, you'll find that they have very few laws. Yeah. So we don't need so many laws for us to have systems that are fully functional. Right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Concerning the police brutality, I can say our current police fraternity, it is a very friendly body, because the way they have been trained, even from the pictures from the streets and the protests that we have had, I think at one point or another you have even seen these GenZs greeting the police, isn't it? At the beginning of the protest, when they have not become violent, they go to the police and they give them this greeting, and the police respond. They are there, they laugh with the police. They are there, they can talk to the police, they can make stories. And there's even an incident I watched on social media whereby there was a police van coming, and the GenZs were removing stones that had blocked the road, and the police peacefully passed. So I can just say that we should also create that good rapport with the police and maybe those people in power. We should not just trigger them, because when you trigger something, expect that you will also find something back. And if it is good, it will be returned as good. And if you trigger the bad way, it will be returned as the bad way. For instance, with this Saba, it is just, let me say, we as Kenyans, we can just celebrate it. Maybe from our forefathers who ensured that what we are having today, they had to sacrifice one or two things from their lives. Now, we as Kenyans, why should we again go back to the streets and destroy? Why should we not go back and maybe use this date as a date to celebrate those people who liberated us, instead of going to destroy again? And why should we not maybe use such a chance to remind ourselves? Our elders maybe can tell us that through this such an incident, we are able to come up with this. Then our able GenZs who are coming up very fast to the technology, now they can maybe incorporate a clear communication and tell us that we want this to be added, maybe in respect of this date. And through that, we will have a very good relationship with the people with our people, with the government, with the police. We are just friends. And even in the police areas where there are police stations, the youth just go there peacefully. They air out their grievances and live peacefully.
Thank you.
So unless you trigger them, is when you will receive the feedback.
Is the government doing enough to create jobs for the youth?
Yes, it is. Okay, I can say the government is really trying. First and foremost, by coming up with these the technical institutions. How? This is through ensuring that the talent, what you have in your hand can be used. You can also create a job. I can also give you the confidence that you can employ. So, and this is only being earned through a technical. Maybe I can train you how to plate, and through plating you can also create your own session whereby you can train others, and also maybe you can open up a business of the same. I can train you to be a carpenter. You can still do the same. And also concerning the affordable houses, these jobs are being given to the youth. On the sense you cannot find someone of old age. We are considering the youth are the ones who are being given these jobs. And the government is still planning more on the youth.
Maybe to add before my member jumps into I know he has reasons. He has suffered enough. But the truth is that the government, you rightly said sometime back that the government gives an enabling environment. This enabling environment, how is it given by the government? Through training. My sister has just heard about the training. The TVET program, the government is giving, they started with 30,000 shillings. Right now they've gone to 25,000 shillings. Every youth, if you want to take any course that is hands-on at the TVET levels, you get trained. And even after that, if you are already in the Juakali sector, you're in the Juakali sector, you're doing masonry and you do not have any papers. Right now, if you go to any institution, we have one here, TVET Sigalagala around here. If you go there, you have never had any papers, but you go there, they will assess you for 1 month and give you a paper to show that you have information, you are qualified. Yes. You can use this same people are coming, people are creating, people are coming up with buildings and they're doing so. They want people who are professional. You can use your papers to go and register a company or register a business name, get contracts and do that. It's an enabling environment for the youth. Governments do not have jobs that the youth will come and get the jobs from. It only creates an enabling environment. Of course, kuna watu wanazeeka na wanaacha kazi wakienda, so they need replacement, but that percentage is very small. Yes. So actually the government is trying. We have currently we have about 300,000 people who have gone outside the country, who've gotten jobs outside the country. You can go to the statistics and the government information, you will get that information. Yes. They have been dispatched already, about 300 to 400,000 to date, who are out of the country working. And the government is working out with the other countries in the world to ensure that this transition or this movement of Kenyan labor to outside is protected, because we also have had a very bad history in the past. We can see the government is doing something, and with okay fine, I saw you said something, and then it might come up again about the government putting permits, expensive obtaining documents to do business. That is not even something that the government should work on from up. We have our MCAs. In fact, we are supposed to put an MC on task. These are things that are done at the county level. We have a problem, like in Kakamega, we have a problem. You have a permit, the county government permit. You have a medical permit. You mentioned them. It's coming to about 12,000 shillings. What is that for? So they are trying to buy. That's one thing, of course, that I want to join with you. You know, county government is also a government. Yeah. So we must put them on task. Our MCAs are sleeping because they are the ones who passed those laws in the county government, in their parliament. So of course we have something to do about a bone to chew on the same with our MCAs there. They are failing us. I don't know whether, but
before I can also say that the government is also working, trying to create awareness on job opportunities. How is this awareness being created? For instance, if our president says that maybe in this area I want to construct, let me say, what can we say? What can the government construct in an
Like a
area?
market?
Like maybe I
market.
want to create they want to construct a market, a specific area whereby a market will be situated, or they want to construct a school, or maybe create an awareness that a certain road, maybe the interior road will be constructed at such a time. Now it is up to us, the government, the people now of the government, to be able to reason fast. And I appreciate that the Gen Zs are helping us on that sector. They are reasoning fast. If I'm being told that there is a road somewhere that is going to be constructed, now be creative. Reason, how am I going to make a job through this? How am I going to maybe to come up also with a business idea, or how am I going to use this chance to create a business idea from what the government is about to do in some due time? So I think the government is trying. Some jobs are coming directly, others are indirectly. So it's just for us to be alert and be creative, and we'll be good to go as a country.
You ask a very good question. Is the government doing enough? Yes, it's doing enough. What is it doing? The only good thing the government is doing is creating jobs where they can make a quick kill. For example, housing, whatever. Who are the suppliers of this material? Where are they getting this supplier from? These youth are not going to do that supply. Why? Because those people who are up there, people who have money, those are the people who are doing the supply. When you create a job that the youth will earn 500 shillings, then the person, the engineer or whatever, they are earning more than the youth. Do you expect this youth to go and buy those houses? They will not. The houses will be built by the youth, and after being built, those people who have money will take. If a house is costing 3 million, tell me, where will I get the 3 million to access that house? I can't. The government is sleeping. And the only way we can make them wake up is to do what? Push them. How do we push them? By demonstration.
Okay, a very good question. But then, okay, you really said there are so many TVETs, you can go and learn some skilled labor. Okay, there are so many youths who are really graduates. So many youths graduated on the bachelor in commerce, the nurses, the doctors, or what have you. And like, I've not heard you speaking about it.
Thank you so much. I'm one of the fellows who has gone through the system, but I have not been employed anywhere. I'm a hustler. There is one thing that I learned in the system. We have had, you remember the song imeimbanga kwanza kitambo, so many vijana muongeze bidii, mwisho wa kusoma mtapata kazi nzuri sana. So people we have been going to school so that we get a job. We have never been going to school to create jobs. So that is the problem that we have in Kenya. So you leave university as a graduate, but you do not have the ability or the know-how or how to initiate or begin a program that will help you earn. That is the problem we are having. But if we go to university or to college, and you've been at college, you know people steal papers, people steal exams. So Kenya has been producing fellows who cannot do anything. They cannot think on their own and create something. And because of that attitude, we are having a problem right now. But if you go gain knowledge, get that knowledge and go create a solution. That solution that you are creating, because in every environment, you study every environment, there are needs. There are some needs.
Needs and opportunities.
Yeah, and opportunities. Right. So if you have that attitude when you're going through college, you will create that without even the government knowing. And you see, I have seen some people, like for example, I've seen this thing trend. I've seen a young man come up, go on the streets and start helping the needy or the poor. Then he picks that information, he takes it on the social media. I have learned one thing about Kenyans. Kenyans are emotional. They get emotional when you start helping the needy, or helping or creating a solution in something. Kenyans have money. They will look for you. They will give you money.
They'll mobilize funds to the
Yes.
tune of billions in a
Yes.
minute.
You saw when Ojwang died.
Yes.
Also, Kenyans within 30 minutes they had sent over 500,000 shillings. Wanataka nani mzee afungue tena account ingine. If you do something that can provoke Kenyans positively, you will get support from somewhere.
And
that's
in
the
fact, they
attitude
were
that our
planning on
youth.
10 million.
Yes, actually, I'm told he received 10 million, but okay, there are stories around it.
Money was stolen.
The money was stolen. You know, Kenyans are also very good. They are smart fellows from Mulot in
Yes.
Bomet. Yes,
Right.
who are very good in they can. Yes. So actually, the truth is that us as youth, can we be creative enough to create? Because opportunities are there. It's only that nobody has come to inspire or encourage us that we can create an opportunity somewhere. And when you create that opportunity, tumejifunza kujiishia maisha. You know, Kenyans, this young generation, hawasalimianangi. You just bypass each other. Namna hivyo, you only remember that your neighbor or your village mate is a colleague when you're going to demonstrate.
Yes.
But at the time when we're supposed to be helping one another and creatively doing some things, hiyo kitu hakuna. If our youth can change that mentality, Kenya has a potential. We have one of the best brains in Africa.
Thank you.
Okay, my colleague has asked about those who maybe are graduates and are jobless. How is the government working towards that? I can say recently there's been a program whereby we have been enrolling for free, maybe if you have a paper or not. So there we can say maybe we are trying to look at these graduates. There are some graduates back at home, maybe they studied, let me say, business in commerce, but they still have a skill that can be incorporated in the institutions. So we have been, we created an awareness whereby we needed them to come so that we can train them to help us, maybe train those we have in class at the moment. And also due to unemployment, that is why the government sought it wise to change the curriculum. Before, we have had the 844 system, whereby from this system, according to the graduates, we managed to identify that these people, most of them, they just cram, but they cannot give the actual thing that you require on ground. So that is why we sorted, because after them graduating and maybe you offer them a job, you find that it is too difficult for them to deliver what exactly I want. So we came up with the CBC curriculum so that it can help the people to engage their brains and also to be able to practically do things, like for instance knitting, or for instance management, or singing. Because maybe you might be in a company whereby the manager can say, after our lunch break, we want to do this, we want to practically be involved in this. So that one is a better way that the government sought in order to curb the unemployment crisis in the country, and it will slowly fade away with time from the incorporated curriculum.
Thank you for the very engaging discussion that we've just had. Our topic was discussing the massive nationwide protest that is been conducted by our youngest generation, the Gen Zs. We have discussed various pain points ranging from police brutality to economic hardships to matters around issues of government. And what has come out of this discussion is that it's true we have challenges in the country, yet amidst those challenges, we also have great potential and opportunities. We have the richness of young, brilliant minds, dedicated and industrious Kenyans who are ready to see this country move and progress from steps onto higher steps. We also have a strong civil society, a strong patriotic lot of countrymen who are very committed to seeing this country progress. They are committed to seeing a more united country, a country that is living true to the words of our national anthem, that may plenty and peace be found within our borders. Thank you very much, our guest for this, for our guest for this. Our guests for having taken part in this very engaging and very enriching discussion. Thank you.
You can have the final one.
Yes.
We need to have the final statement.
Shortly, in 30 seconds, we'll have every guest giving a parting shot.
Okay, I'm blessed. I'm so much blessed. You, all viewers, we've really shared a lot. We've learned a lot. Thank you so much, everyone.
Allow me to borrow from the scholar from India called Mahatma Gandhi. He said once that if you want that change to happen, be the change yourself. I'm urging the fellow youth to be the change. That is why we can't wait for these people to continue manipulating us. We have to be the change. That is why in 2027, people like us who are not interested in politics, we have decided that we are coming to grab that cake. We will not wait for the people to give us that cake. If they can't give us, we shall take it. 2027, be watchful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers. I'm so happy that I had this opportunity to share and let our views be known. We have every right to picket. We have every right to demonstrate. But as we do everything, let us always remember that for every action there is an equal reaction against that action. So let us do our action in a responsible way, not in a violent, arrogant way, because arrogance and violence will come against us. But if we do it rightfully, without infringing other people's rights, we are right to go. We are doing the right thing. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
I take this opportunity to appreciate the time we have had. Thank you very much, our viewers. And at this moment, I would like to appreciate our GenZs, the youth in the country, because these are the people we need most. I appreciate them because they have enabled our country at one point or another. It has been acknowledged by our neighbors, and through that, I can say that these the GenZs and we, the elders of the GenZs, have good plans towards our country. And all I can say is, our youth, kindly let us come together, hold our hands, share our concerns, educate each other, entertain each other, so that we can build our country together. Have a nice day.
Now, Nyotondogo has declared.
Although I was in opposition.
We're going for the cake.